EC8353 Electron Devices and Circuit, first unit PN junction devices. So the objective of the subject is student can able to understand the structure of basic electronic devices. They can be exposed to active and passive circuit element. They will be familiarized with the operation and application of transistor like BJT and FET. They can able to explore the characteristics of amplifier gain and frequency response. They learn to require functionality of positive and negative feedback system. So outcome of subject is after completion of the course, the students can be able to explain the structure and working operation of basic electronic devices and able to identify and differentiate both active and passive element. They can analyze the characteristics of different electronic devices such as diodes and transistors. They can able to choose and adapt the required components to construct an amplifier circuit. They can be employed by acquiring the knowledge of design and analysis of oscillator. These are the textbook and reference we are going to refer for the subject. So for in the first unit, you will be having PN junction devices. In that you will cover PN junction diode, its structure, operation and VI characteristics, diffusion and transition capacitance. In the rectifier, you will be covering its types, half wave and full wave rectifier. Display devices, LED laser diodes will be covered. Zener diode characteristics, reverse characteristics, and as the regulator will be covered in the first unit. So first we are going to see PN junction diode. So P-type and N-type semiconductors taken separately are of very limited use. If we join a piece of P-type material to a piece of N-type material such that the crystal structure remains continuous at the boundary, so a PN junction can be formed because of joining the material of P-type and N-type material in the crystal structure. So it can be functioned as rectifier, amplifier, switching and other operation in electronic circuit. I think you all know rectifier, which will convert the AC into DC voltage, amplifier which will amplify the weak signal, switching device means it will be in the two state either on or off, and the other operations in the electronic circuit also we can use the PN junction diode. So a PN junction cannot be produced by simply pushing two pieces together or by welding etc., because it gives rise to discontinuous across the crystal structure. Special fabrication technique are adapted to form a PN junction. So now we are going to see what is PN junction. So it is a device formed by joining P-type, that is doped with boron or aluminum, with N-type doped with phosphorus or arsenide semiconductor and separated by a thin junction is said to be PN junction diode or junction diode. So this is the symbol of PN junction diode. The triangle source indicated the direction of current. So the depletion layer forms an insulator between the two sides of P-type and N-type semiconductor. So in PN junction diode, N is at right and P is at left. Majority carriers for N region will be electron. For P region it will be holes. So formation of a depletion layer, no external connection is needed when you apply no electric field to the PN junction diode. What will be the reaction for the PN junction diode is given here. So when you apply no electric field to the PN junction diode, the excess electrons in the region across the junction and combine with the excess hole in the P region. So N region loses its electron, which will becomes positively charged, but P region will accept the electron, which will becomes negatively charged. So at one point the migratory action, that is the movement of ions, will be stopped. So an additional electrons from the N region are repelled by the net negative charge of the P region. Similarly, an additional holes from the P region are repelled by the net positive charge of the N region. So the net result will be a creation of a thin layer of each side of the junction, which is depleted of mobile charge carrier. This will be called as a depletion layer. That is, the thickness of will be in the order of 10 power minus 6 meter. So the depletion layer contains no free and mobile charge carrier, but only fixed and immobile ions. So the bits depend upon the doping level of the semiconductor. If it is heavily doped, then a thin depletion layer is formed at the PN junction. If it is lightly doped, then a thick depletion layer is formed. So potential barrier, which is nothing but in the depletion region, the electrons will be in the N region, which will climb the potential hill in order to reach the P region. But the electrons are trying to cross from the N region to P region, experience a retarding field of the battery and therefore repel. Similarly, for holes from P region, so the potential thus produced here will be called as potential barrier. So the potential barrier for the germanium material will be 0.3 volt. For silicon material, it will be 0.7 volt. So this is the PN junction diode, which is doped by the semiconductor material. PN junction can basically work in two modes. A battery is connected to the diode. When we apply electric field to the PN junction diode, it will be working in the two modes. One is forward bias mode and another one is reverse bias mode. So in the forward bias mode, the positive terminal connected to the P region and negative terminal will be connected to the N region. So in reverse bias mode, negative terminal will be connected to P region and positive terminal will be connected to N region. So in the forward biased PN junction diode, the it will force when you apply electric field. That means if it is working in the forward bias, the majority charge carrier will be forced to move across the junction, which will decrease the width of the depletion layer. So once the junction is crossed, a number of electrons and holes will recombine. For each hole in the P section that combines with an electron from the N section, a covalent bond breaks and an electron is liberated, which enters the positive terminal, thus creating an electron hole pair. Current in the N region will be carried by electrons. Current in the P region will be carried by the holes. So in the reverse biased PN junction diode, if positive of the battery is connected to the N-type material and negative terminal to the P-type semiconductor material, then it is said to be working in the reverse bias condition. So the free electrons and free holes are attracted back towards the battery, hence back from the depletion layer. Hence the depletion layer grows. That means the width of the depletion layer will be very high. So thus a reverse biased PN junction diode does not conduct any current. Only the minority carrier cross the junction, constituting a very low reverse saturation current. This current is of the order of microampere. So now we are going to see the voltage current, that is VI characteristics of PN junction diode. The curve drawn between voltage across the junction along x-axis and current through the circuits along y-axis. It will describe the DC behavior of the diode. So when it is in forward bias, no current flows until the barrier voltage, that is 0.3 volt for germanium material, is overcome. Then the curve has a linear rise and the current increases with the increase in forward voltage like an ordinary conductor. Above 3 voltage, the majority carrier passing the junction gain sufficient energy to knock out the valence electron and raise them to the conduction band. Therefore, the forward current increases sharply. So when it is reverse biased, the potential barrier at the junction will be increased. So the junction resistance also increases, which will prevent the current flow in the PN junction diode. However, the minority carriers are accelerated by the reverse voltage, which will result with a very small current that will be called as reverse current, which will be in the order of microamperes. So when reverse voltage is increased beyond a value that will be called as a breakdown voltage, so the reverse current increases sharply and the diode shows almost zero resistance, which will be called as a avalanche breakdown. So the reverse voltage about 25 volt will destroy the junction permanently. This is the working of a PN junction diode. So here they represented the VA characteristics of PN junction diode. So when your PN junction diode works in the forward bias, the current will abruptly increases after the certain voltage, that is 3 volt. In the reverse bias, the current will remain zero for a certain voltage. After that certain voltage, that is a point at avalanche breakdown, the current will increases, which will damage the PN junction diode. Here the PN junction diode will act as a rectifier, which will be seen in the IV characteristics. The certain current flow in the forward bias mode is shown here. Negligible current flows in reverse bias mode until Zener or avalanche breakdown happens. Thus, the PN junction diode allows the electron flow only when P is positive. This property is used for the conversion of AC into DC, which is called rectification. Then it can be used as a automatic switch also. So here when the diode is forward biased, the switch will be closed. When it is reverse biased, the switch will be open. So here the PN junction will be acting as the automatic switch. So advantages of PN junction diode are: no filament is necessary for this. Here the PN junction diode will occupy only lesser space. The life of PN junction diode will be very longer. So applications of PN junction diode are: it can be used as a rectifier, which is used to convert AC into DC, and also it can be used as a switch in computer circuit, and also as a detector in radios to detect audio signal. It can also be used as a LED to emit different colors.